Good evening, Cotton Bred Truth. Most of my scary stories include a character we like, yet this next one, well, I mostly feel sorry for him. This narrative will scare kids with violence. This next narrative highlights God judging his people. God is angry. Let's check it out. God has chosen Abraham's people as his own. After nation building in Egypt, he delivered them and brought them into Canaan through the hands of Moses and Joshua. Following their wild judges' days, Israel saw prosperity under King David and King Solomon. While David's descendants ruled for hundreds of years in Judah, their sins stank worse over time. God sent prophet after prophet, Jeremiah and others, and they rejected them. But in Jeremiah 52, King Zedekiah was a college-aged king who had been rebelling against God from the beginning. King Nebuchadnezzar's army surrounds Israel's capital, Jerusalem. The battle goes on for weeks. The city runs out of food. People are dying. The wall is breached. Zedekiah and his men attempt to escape through a crack, but they're caught. Now that Zedekiah's worst fears are realized, he may welcome death. Instead, Babylonians force him to watch his two precious sons killed. They were killed right in front of him. Then they put out his eyes. Zedekiah lived his life blindly in prison. When death is more appealing than life, life contains the harshest trauma. We do not want to mess with God when he's angry, for sure. Jeremiah 52, 2-11, Message version. As far as God was concerned, Zedekiah was just one more evil king, a carbon copy of Jehoiakim. The source of all this doom to Jerusalem and Judah was God's anger. God turned his back on them as an act of judgment. Zedekiah revolted against the king of Babylon. Nebuchadnezzar set out for Jerusalem with a full army. He set up camp and sealed off the city by building siege mounds around it. He arrived on the 9th year in the 10th month of Zedekiah's reign. The city was under siege for 19 months until the 11th year of Zedekiah. By the 4th month of Zedekiah's 11th year and the 9th day of the month, the famine was so bad that there wasn't as much as a crumb of bread for anyone. Then the Babylonians broke through the walls. Under cover of the night darkness, the entire Judean army fled through an opening in the wall. It was the gate between two walls above the king's garden. They slipped through the lines of the Babylonians who surrounded the city and headed for the Jordan into the Araba Valley. But the Babylonians were in full pursuit. They caught up with them in the plains of Jericho. But by then, Zedekiah's army had deserted and was scattered. The Babylonians captured Zedekiah and marched him off to the king of Babylon in Riblah and Hamath, who tried and sentenced him on the spot. The king of Babylon then killed Zedekiah's sons right before his eyes. The summary murder of his sons was the last thing Zedekiah saw, for they blinded him. The king of Babylon followed up by killing all the officials of Judah. Securely handcuffed, Zedekiah was hauled off to Babylon. The king of Babylon threw him in prison, where he stayed until the day he died. I feel humbled and in awe hearing this. By no means does anyone want to consider enduring that. But Zedekiah and his crew had been working against God the whole time. Obedience matters. Praise the Lord for his grace and mercy. Thank you. Cotton Bred Truth.